equals f of g of x, which means outer inner, and they're asking us to find h prime of 1. Before we look at the table, in order to find h prime of 1, what do I have to find first? Without
H of x?
Yes, h prime of x. Awesome. So h prime of x. How do I differentiate this? Exactly how we differentiate all the time. F of g of x. The outer prime, f prime of g of x, times the inner function prime. How do I write the inner function prime? How do I write? Anyone? Exactly what you see, g prime of x. That's it. So then now I can find h prime of 1, which has to be f prime of g of 1 times g prime of 1. If I'm given all these numbers, then I have the answer. If I'm not given these numbers, then I won't be able to find the answer. So I need to find g of 1. Let's look at the table. Can anyone give us g of 1? And I'll put it here. G of 1 is
2.
Very good. Awesome. Can anyone give us g prime of 1?
That's 6.
Excellent. For now, stop for a moment. Stop for a moment. So here's what I have. I have now f prime of 2 times 6. F prime of 2 times 6. Now I have to determine f prime of 2. F prime of 2. F prime of 2 is?
5.
That's it. So final answer is 30. F prime of 2 is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. This is it. What does this represent? It's the instantaneous rate of change of function h when x is 1. The instantaneous rate of change of function h when x is 1. Very good. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, let's look at another. We did this very similar problem. I'm not worried about that. Let's find something else. Okay, you choose. You want to look at 76? You want to look at 77? You tell me. And then we'll stop. One problem, and then we'll stop, I promise. Who would like to choose? One more problem, and then we consider 3.4. And I looked, and sadly, I have to say that you have a lot of work to do. Everyone. For Monday. Please. We can move on if you don't finish the work. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, so one more problem for tonight. So which one would you like? Which problem we want to look at?
$76.
76. Good pick. So we have g of x, it's e to cx plus another function f of x, and h of x is e to k x times f of x, and they're telling us that f of 0 is 3, f prime of 0 is 5, and the second derivative at 0 of f is -2. Okay, so let's do part A. We may be able to get to part B in terms of k find an equation of the tangent line to the graph. So we'll see. So find g prime of 0, g double prime at 0 in terms of c. C is a parameter, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay? So they're asking us to find g prime at 0 and g double prime at 0. So g prime at 0 and the second derivative at 0. Good. So we have g of x equals e to cx plus f of x. Some f of x. It's a differentiable function. So they should have told us that f is a differentiable function, but they are giving us f prime of 5 and f0, and it's assumed that it's differentiable. Good. So in order to find g prime of 0, I have to find g prime of x. Can anyone differentiate this for us and tell us what to write? E to cx. What should I write?
That'd be e to the power of cx times
The inner function prime.
which would be just c.
That's it.
Okay.
Plus f prime of x. Awesome. Great job. Now they want us to find g prime of 0. How much is e to 0? E to
1.
0. Exactly. So this is c plus f prime of 0. But they're giving us that f prime of 0 is 5. So therefore the answer is c plus 5. For the first derivative of g evaluated at 0. Now we have to differentiate this the second time to find g double prime of x. So when we differentiate again e to cx, what do we get? And there is a c in front. E to cx prime is exactly what you told me.
Yeah, right.
E to cx times the inner function prime. The inner function prime is,
X.
you mean
Or
c?
C.
Yes,
C.
that's perfect. Plus the second derivative of x. C times c is c squared. E to cx plus the second derivative of x. Second derivative of f of x at x. Okay, so the second derivative at 0. E to 0 you already told me is 1, so this is c squared plus the second derivative at 0. But the second derivative at 0 is -2. So then this is c squared minus 2. Any questions? Anyone, any questions on this problem? Let's at least one more time read part B, and we can do it next time. In terms of k, find an equation of the tangent line to the graph of h this time at the point where x is 0. So they're changing the function on us now. They're asking us to determine the equation of the tangent line to the graph of h at the point where x is 0. So we can start next time on Monday with part B. However, please understand all these 4 sections have to be completed by Monday. As I mentioned, the material is getting